Okay, so I didn't get to doing the video on primer. It's just been a bit crazy, right? So I shot in there quickly. You can see Atul is still in the booth, and we basically just after primer stage now. So that's the reason why the car is fully white at this point, right? Is because this neon color is actually given as gray. It's the first time we're doing a neon color or a custom color, if we can call it that. And this, oh, okay. Firstly, what has been happening, right, is that we've actually gone white on the primer with the car, and obviously we've gone down to metal, right? But we've gone white on the primer on the kit, and whatever color was underneath that bled through. The minute we applied base color, just bled through the white primer. So we've been battling, and we actually got the kit right. So we finally got it right. Now we decided to get another base, basically a white base color onto it, right? So no, get it. So it's a white base color onto it quickly. Um, we are in the boot now. This boot is hot, so we're about 24 degrees in the boot now. We're about 24 degrees in the boot. So the oven is hot. The car is pre-baked already. We're gonna get ready to shoot base coat on it. I'm not gonna come back in here to do base clear, but let's just go through the car quickly. Oh yeah, this is the way. Yeah, it's fine. Go for it. Let's just get base coat onto it quickly. I just want to go through our panels. I want to go through our panels quickly and just go through the line. Go through it before we get our base on, and then we can check there. Let's just come quickly onto the back panel. Just back panel. Let's just go through the line quickly. Line. We paid a lot of attention to this line here. So the car was a good car just to start with, like I said before, right? But there were a couple of imperfections here and there. So I'm not too stressed over here because we are going to rubberize. We need to re-rubberize this area. You can see the rubberizing is off there in certain areas. I would like to re-rubberize this area properly. But the line is nice and pin straight. Looks good. It looks good. Alright. I think Atul is going to give one more wipe down. The roof is nice and pin straight. Aluminium fenders on it. So remember, there's grills coming on here. Unfortunately, the fenders were cut. It's aluminium fenders that were cut, right? And this is again purely because the customer needed one C space on the vehicle. These grills on the bonnet. Bonnet is aluminium as well. There's a full aluminium car besides for one fender. Bonnet looks good. Okay, so we pre-checked the fenders. Look, you can just walk around here for me. We pre-checked the fenders beforehand. So if you can just come down to the fenders, just show the line. Check for any waves. Check for any dent on it. We've got a good sheen right across, and I just hope the base coat is going to hold up. I hope that the base coat is going to hold up through it. So over the rubberized areas at the bottom of the car where you see it marked out, I really don't want to shoot this base over it because whatever rubberizes there is just going to bleed through. So in this specific car, what we're going to do is so underneath the bumpers where you normally get your normal rubberized, and on your sill, we're just going to re-rubberize that. Right? What's up? Can you see the door? Okay, we'll check the door now. So around the car on the sills where you normally get rubberized on the E30s, we're going to actually keep it black with rubberized. Now, we're going to keep the cars where the rubberized is, we're actually going to keep it black. We're not going to go with color because it's just going to bleed right through. Alright, it's actually a headache. So we're going to do that. Let's move on to the doors here quickly. So again, you'll see orange all over the spray booth here. This orange is just something else. Check the door here. Just go through the door. Door looks good. Aluminium doors as well, remember. Okay, so Atul is saying he doesn't have a mask on, but he's just filming, so we're not spraying in there. I need to get out of the boat now. Okay, this is the shade. I thought I saw a dent, but it's actually just a shade on it. Okay, so guys, let's get out of the booth quickly. And I'm going to show you guys basically after clear coat what she looks like. Let's hope we get this color right. Okay, so we're finally done. with this car, right? And this car took us 2 weeks to paint. So we've been battling and battling and battling. As per the last clip, I explained to you how we actually battling with this car, or not with a car as such, but more with a color. It's a very translucent color, meaning that it's not a very solid color as to getting good coverage on it. Even if you dip the color, if you dip a stick into the tin and you pull it out, you'll actually see how translucent it is, how see-through the color basically is, right? So there's two things that we battle with. One is coverage on this color, and two is we had some sort of reaction. So even though we were on metal here, we've just got our normal primer base, or our primer base on here, for example, right? And then we've had to go with a white primer, not normal gray primer. We've had to go with a white primer, and then we actually went with a white base coat first on the car. Unfortunately, because of this color, we had to do that. Between the two whites, we actually had red spots coming through. So a lot of people will say it's a peroxide bleed through, but peroxide bleed through comes from body filler, right? And it's actually from the hardener in the body filler. But there was no body filler here. So, and it was weird because we found those spots in certain areas of the car. The roof came out good, the boot lid, the bonnet, the doors came out good, but we just found the spots. I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4 here, 1 here, and 1 on the other fender. Nothing on the major parts of the fender. But to get rid of those spots, we actually battled and battled and battled. So we used about 12 liters of paint on this car, which sounds like a lot of paint, or we've built it up, but we've had to go that route to get the coverage that we need. So it was crucially important that we took this car down to metal. So could you imagine if we didn't take it down to metal and we had the previous colors on this car, the previous primers, so the original primers, the first car, remember this car was white. So you had white on it before, right? And then the car was painted again, so there's primer and orange again. And respectfully, I think there was more layers on the car, but just even if we work with those few layers only, and if we just had to flat down, get the body right, and come and plant our first primer firstly, then our white primer, then our white base coat, and then this is about 6 coats of base on the car, right? So we don't really deal with custom work as such. So this year was a bit of a challenge for us because we've experienced something like this here on the henna raids, but not to this extent, right? And for now, we're just happy that we got it right, we got it done. So the kit has been painted already. That gets done first because the boot is a small boot, right? It's a 7-meter boot. So the kit gets done first with all its panels, and then we do the car, the doors. We need to do it like this, so we try and get basically an even coat, and we get the shades right. Car came out good. Car came out good. She needs a cut. She needs a polish. But there's no major issues on the vehicle. The paint actually looks nice. So yes, it's bright. We're not used to seeing an IS like this here. We normally go for our OEM colors, especially on the ISs. This is Mozambique flavor. This is what the customer wants, right? So something different, and we are going to do a color change in a few years time on this car again and take it back down to white, and I'm going to persuade him to go ice white with a gold wheel because they want the flavor of the car. But this is what they want. So I think the color came out good. Okay, let me take the camera off the tripod and let's go through the thing. Okay, so the color on camera, I'm battling with this color a little bit on camera, right? It looks like just under a henna red in different shades. So remember, it is a pearl on here, right? This area here, you'll find that our orange peel build-up was quite a bit because we picked up a lot of issues on this fender here and we had to build up. So the orange peel issue that we're having on here now is coming from the clear coat, where I'm going to be able to cut this clear coat through because we've got enough layers basically to cut it. So because this color is not an OEM color, we can play around with the amount of orange peel. Obviously we want minimal orange peel on it, but I don't want to go full on glass as well. on it. The roof came out very good. So the boot lid also came out good, but she needs a cut onto it. I had to bring this sheen out, but she's got a nice gloss factor to it. Let's go through the lines. It's very hard for us to pick up the lines on camera. Let's see. So she looks good. She looks good. The fender came out very well, worth all the issues that we had on it. Yeah, let's have a look. Here's a better view. Okay. So a nice flat panel right through. I've masked over the original sticker there. Roof came out good. Remember, it's aluminium fenders. Okay, this fender here is not aluminium. This one was one of them that's not. Yeah, can't really see on the fenders. But the bonnet, full aluminium bonnet, the grill cutouts, that's what the client had on the car, so we've had to finesse it and shape it properly, and we've still got to play around with it. Remember, it's aluminium, so it's not dust in the boot this time around. Much better. Got 1-2 dust spots over there. This is the aluminium fender. Fender came out good. So look at the gloss factor again. Now the gloss on the side panels as to the top panels, right? This color is very. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to, which is not a bad thing. It's just I'm not used to it. I've got to always phone for, I won't say authorization, but just clarity, just to say, listen here, are we right? Is this the right colors? So good. Yeah, you can see the fender nicely. Line on the fender is good. Line on the fender is good. Came out really well. So this was a challenge. This was 2 weeks, really 2 weeks in the booth, right? And this after this gets painted. We're gonna give it a couple of days. It did paint last night. We're gonna give it a couple of days just to soak in properly, let it set in properly. And then we're gonna start cutting and polishing. And this is not a full restoration, so the motor and drivetrain is still in. We're gonna do cleanup areas, some maintenance we're gonna do on the car. There's a couple of touches like the calipers have to change. Color, I've got to get a high heat paint for it. You can't just go and use normal paint on those calipers. They get up. I'm not too sure what the temperature is that they get up to, but I guarantee you that it is going to be too hot for our general paints, and it'll start blistering afterwards and things like that. So we would just want to get a nice high heat paint for the calipers. Then we go into the interior. It's got the M3 Vader seats in here. We're going to get that put back in and start doing the dashboards in now for reskinning and just basically sort the interior out, and it's a quicker. I'll also go through the carbon butts as I'm assembling the car. We send a lot of items in for carbon fiber wrapping, right? So it's a look that we're going for. It's not carbon fiber products on there. It's purely for aesthetics. It doesn't have any function basically. We're not intending to lighten the car or anything of the sort. So you guys know what to do. Drop a comment, let me know what you think on it. I know that this is gonna hurt a lot of purists' feelings, but again, we've got to respect that people have different tastes, and I respect this guy here because he's taken an EVO1 with aluminum panels, and it's basically, I don't care what the rest say, this is what I want, and this is what I'm gonna get. So let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment. You guys do what you guys do. Like, share, subscribe, like, and share. And the next upcoming videos is we've got a couple of cars back into paint again, and we've got the white 333. So the second white 333 is ready. We just picked up a few teething issues on test driving, and when I see teething issues, something stupid. Brand new master cylinder started leaking. It doesn't use a first gas, it uses an electric fan. One of the temperature switches also packed out. and we're just basically going through the car. So we're doing testing. A lot of people have seen us on the road already with road testing, and the car looks good. Looks good. Okay, guys, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers, guys.